while we're on parents, I need to bring them back to the front of the congregation. So I want to revisit this conversation really quickly, and I'm going to tell you why. Check it out.
Brand new video of Celeste Rivas Hernandez that completely rewrites the timeline of the case as we've come to know it has surfaced. Video was recorded at the home of Celeste's parents in Lake Elsinore, California, exactly a year ago, or a year before her body was found in the trunk of a car belonging to the rising music star named David. We had been told that Celeste went missing in April of 2024 and that her family hadn't seen her since. But this new video was recorded by a Nest camera on September 8th, 2024, which would make that 4 months after she ran away. The neighbors who provided the video to TMZ say that it shows her arguing with people who had pulled a prank on her. Take a look.
Let me talk real quick, okay? You gonna let me talk? I ain't gonna let you talk. No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping. I ain't tripping. Nah, you tripping. Out the door and you tripping. Oh my God. Nah, because you tripping. Move this out of here. I ain't gonna do shit. I ain't gonna do shit. You better get over there. Get your over there, little girl.
So after she went missing, according to what was said and what was posted about the parents, she actually wasn't missing and she came back home. And the neighbors are the ones that submitted the video, probably sold the video to TMZ to show that she was just a little ghetto boo, a little hood rat, and she wasn't actually missing, and that she was actually caught on camera arguing with her family that had recently played a prank on her. Okay, let's continue.
Just by the very dates of this video seems to prove that Celeste visited her family at least once after she ran away for the last time. But a year and a half after the final missing person report was filed, her body was discovered in a frunk. That's the front trunk of David's Tesla. That was just 3 weeks ago. This video was just discovered as we're finally learning what's been going on behind the scenes of the investigation. The LAPD's captain and commanding officer released a statement saying that the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez was likely in the frunk of the Tesla for a long time before it was discovered. According to Captain Scott Williams, quote, "We know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died and someone placed her body in the front trunk area of David Burke's Tesla. We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks. So it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered." I know, you don't think it's a big deal because it's like, yeah, we know all that, right? Not really. Like, this is the police finally confirming it, and they haven't said a thing. But that really does track with our reporting last week when we spoke with a private investigator who tracked down the tow reports for this Tesla. And they showed that neighbors had called police about that car on August the 26th. Police responded the next day and ticketed the car as per protocol. They got to wait 72 hours between each of the tickets they put on there. And after 3 visits, then they can tow the car.
This is getting so complicated, and there's so many twists and turns. Number one, I don't trust anybody in this situation. The only people that I think is making sense right now is the Los Angeles Police Department and the investigators. And the reason why I think that they are the ones that are making sense so far since I've been watching and observing this before it even became a national story is because they are being meticulous and careful in their investigation. They're not rushing a judgment. They doing a coroner's report. They doing an autopsy. They investigating every single lead. They uncovering everything before they charge him. And they don't want, you can tell, listen, the person that was doing the autopsy is probably super careful because they don't want to get caught up in a situation where they falsely identified the person as dying like this or dying like that. Investigators is being very intentional and meticulous and making sure that they investigate every single situation. Daryl Sanders says, I don't think that David did it. Listen, bro, you've been messing with a chick since he was 12 years old, allegedly, right? You were in a full-blown relationship with the person since they were 12 years old. They end up in your trunk of your car for months. You haven't heard from her in months. A person that you was just in a relationship with, and you're telling me that you don't think that he had anything to do or he was not aware of this girl being missing in any capacity whatsoever. My biggest issue right now, okay, is this. I believe that the parents knew exactly who she was in a relationship with and let it happen. They said that the sister was controlling the Instagram and she had the passwords and all of this stuff. And the parents knew she was talking to somebody named David, but they didn't know it was David, the singer. Get the heck out of here, bro. Bro, we have seen this too many times. Too many times. Let me know this. Just a general consensus in the chat. I have seen it with my own eyes growing up. Younger girls talking to older guys, and the parents, the mother, knew that she was talking to an older guy. Not only did she know, she let the older guy come over, spend a night. They was able to do what they wanted to do under her roof. That they were participatory in it. They knew that she was gone, that she was with him. This is not new. This is just becoming appalling to everybody that's listening to it because it's a singer and she wound up in the trunk and all of this. But this is not new. People be knowing that your daughter is in a relationship with an older guy and that she be gone for multiple different days at a time, bro. This happens in every city, in every state, in every hood, in every suburb. They be knowing, the mother and the beta father be knowing that they be in a full-blown relationship with a person that's older than them. Sometimes they even call them and be like, hey, can you pick her up from school today? Can you pick her up from school today? You're not going to sell me or convince me that the parents just so happen to not know who the David is. Get the heck out. Who don't know who they 12, 13, and 14-year-old is talking to? Who don't know? Even if you were the most horrible parent, who don't know? So you know that their name is David, but you just don't know nothing about them, and they just can come and go as they please. Florida native says that's weird. Agreed. Don't mean that it's not common. Does not mean that it's not common. They know. They know. Women are smart. Women are incredibly smart. They know about their children. They know about their man. Women that sit there and tell me, oh man, I had a baby with a guy and I didn't know that he was like this, or I didn't know that he cheated. You did. You did. He probably cheated with you when he got with you, when you knew about it. And you thought that he was going to change. Y'all know. You know the people that you're dealing with. Y'all know. Women know. When they say that women's intuition ain't right, no, it be on. They just ignore it on purpose in order to be able to serve them until something goes wrong. And then they don't want to be held accountable for it. You know. You know the man that you're dealing with. That's why I tell guys that they don't have to lie. I tell guys that they don't have to lie all the time. Hey, man, what is you lying to her for? You ain't got to lie. She going. She going. You don't have to lie to her. Be honest with her. Hey, listen, this is my situation. It's getting a little dicey, but listen, if you want to roll, you can roll. And they going. They actually feel more relieved that they ain't got to pretend like it's a secret no more. They feel more relieved that they don't have to pretend like a secret. They are absolutely doing it, and they're going 100%. And It is what it is. They grown. You grown. They grown. Somebody got to make a decision. Stop. You want me to bring this on after hours? All right, cool. I got you. After hours, Peter Investor. They going. Let me tell you something. They going so much that I'm not sure they're going so much that, bruh, let me tell you something. When they like you, there's nothing that you can say for them not to go. It don't matter what your situation is. If they choose, and that's why I say rules are only for guys. Rules are only for guys that they don't necessarily care for. Then they got to put a barrier to entry. Then you got to do the hurdles and jump over the cliff and buy all of this stuff. You ain't got to do all of that. Because if they like you, it really don't matter what you tell them, and it don't matter what your situation is. They going. 100%. They already know, and they already going. And they just making a decision.
The second ticket came September 3rd, and the Tesla was finally towed September 5th. So by our math, police were involved with the car for a week and a half. But the neighbors who lived nearby said the Tesla had already spent close to a month abandoned on that side road. And by the way, incidentally, it was just one street over from David's $20,000 a month mansion that his manager was renting. The Tesla was registered in David's legal name, David Burke. The 20-year-old singer has not been arrested, nor has he been named a suspect. But his friends confirmed to TMZ last week that he was indeed in a romantic relationship with a 14-year-old girl, Celeste. Social media posts indicate they may have even known each other since she was 12.
That's crazy.
And maybe even 11.
That's crazy.
Captain Williams responded to the friend's characterization by saying, quote, "As far as their relationship, it would be premature for me to say anything. We are looking in."
DJ Ace Productions says, I bet you she will. I bet you she will. That's a fact. That's a fact. I bet you she will. And what you think? Oh man, if I say this to her, she not go. Yes, she is. If she like you, she is. Yes, she is. Women be knowing everything. Mothers know, women know, everybody know everything. So I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying this whole sob story that they selling us. Oh my God, the family is so broken up about it. Yep, I think that the family is broken up about the fact that she died and how she died and all of that stuff. I don't think that the family does not know what happened. Everybody know. Everybody know. Neighbors probably knew. You knew. Everybody know. Ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody stupid. My daughter breathe wrong. I'll be like, what's wrong with you? You ain't get it. I talked to my daughter. Man, listen. I seen my daughter this morning as she was leaving out to go to school, right? And I can tell if she went to bed when she was supposed to go to bed just by the first words that come out of her mouth. Hey, Dad. I said, what's going on? Oh, I said, why you look a little sluggish today? I already knew. Yeah, I just haven't been sleeping well. No, you went to bed too late. Get your butt to school. No calling off today. Get to school. I know immediately. I know what she feel like. I know what her sentiment is. I know if she's sad. I know if she's excited. I know what's going to happen. I know all of that. I know it all. We know. Parents know. Women really know. Oh, I knew she was in a relationship with a boy named David. I didn't know it was Get the heck out of here. Where's she getting all them new clothes from? You ain't bought them. Oh, she was just missing. You know where she was. You knew where she was.